Hey Bible lovers, I'm Tim Nichols and I'm here to bring you your Nichols Worth, and today we're going to feature my everyday carry Bible for the last 18 months. I've carried around this Verse Art Thinline NKJV and we're going to see how it's held up. We're also going to see how it took to some writing. I'm not a big writing my Bible guy, but I do have a couple spots in here that I can give you a really good test model. But first of all, how did this cover hold up? This cover held up beautifully. This is the rough cut cowhide, and you can see where I've used it a little bit. It's got developing some wrinkles, but this thing goes everywhere. I throw it in a bag. I don't protect it. I don't do anything to try and baby it. This is my beater Bible that I take everywhere with me. I'm not trying to keep it nice. I'm not trying to keep it perfect. So you can see the spine still looks good, but you can see where I've been opening it and closing it. It's getting some wear there on the back. You can see some drip marks and different things where I've gotten something on it or laid it on something. You can see where it's getting scratched and scuffed, but I think it looks pretty great. And then when you go with the liner, you can see a little bit maybe pulling up right here, but there's a little bend, but overall looks great. One thing about this, the reason I love this as a banger Bible is because I love gilding, and it always breaks my heart when I scratch it, so no risk of that. It's got the thumb tabs, really nice. The text block itself, really good. I love the way this thing lays flat, just absolutely awesome. And again, I said I'm not one that writes in my Bible much, but I have been studying Ephesians with our youth pastor here at the church. That's going to be good and marked up. This paper is outstanding. I'm going to utilize my thumb tabs here. It's going to start you with Galatians, and then you know the next book after Galatians is Ephesians. And you can see that I've been writing on this pretty good. And I'm going to show you the pens I've been using. The green, you can see, is the Sharpie pen. I love these Sharpie pens. They're very consistent. I love the way they write. I love how smooth they are. And I also really appreciate the fact that there is absolutely no bleed through on these. So excellent. Also, any highlighter, which I don't do a whole lot of highlighting. I've got some examples early on that I'll show you real quick. For example, here in Genesis chapter 1, and I use the basic Mr. Pen highlighter. Going back to Ephesians, you'll see this looks kind of thick. I used a regular felt tip pen. I can't remember which brand it is, but it definitely bled through, so you can't use just any ink on this paper. I would stick with the Sharpie, and this one is the green one. I love this felt tip pen, really nice. Also, the Mr. Pen highlighter, love it. I also use this Mr. Pen felt tip pen on here, so whenever you see the black and it's not real thick, for example right here, that is that felt tip pen. Absolutely no bleed through on that. Really like it. Also, a basic ballpoint pen gets the job done. Whenever you see this blue here, you know that's me using a ballpoint pen. And I don't do this on purpose. I am a forgetful person, so I end up snagging whatever pen I have at the time. And then this is a really nice pen too. This is the Needle Tip Pentel Intergel Liquid Gel Ink. So I really like this one too. But if I was to pick my favorite is this green Sharpie pen. I absolutely love this thing. And my favorite highlighter, of course, is going to be the Mr. Pen highlighter. Excellent, outstanding. So you can see I use some crayon here. This is how ghetto I get sometimes. I absolutely forgot a pen, I forgot a highlighter, and I was out somewhere and they happened to have crayon, so I used a Crayola crayon on there to do some highlighting, and as you can see, that will not bleed through at all. Also, I did some marking in the book of Mark. Haha, no pun intended there. And what I did in this one is I highlighted and marked every time I saw the word immediately. And believe it or not, it occurs 41 times in the Gospel of Mark. It's the only thing I highlighted and marked is the word immediately. So I just thought that was fascinating. So 18 months of daily, regular use. I'm not talking about babying this thing. I'm talking about I've put this thing through the paces. The rough cut cowhide is here to stay. I'm absolutely here for it. I love it. But some of you are saying, hey, wait a minute, that's not your favorite Bible. And you're right. My favorite Bible is the NKJV McLaren Thinline. But this one is special. It has that special gilding. This thing stays in my office. I'm not taking this thing out and beating it up. So if that's something that you don't appreciate, sorry. I am the type of person that when I like something, I want to keep it as perfect as possible. And here's the reason why I like this one as well, is because it has a similar layout as my favorite Bible, but it's just a little bit smaller of a font. See, this one has a 9.5 font. This one has an 11-point font. This one also has more references. Also, check this out. I don't know what it is about Bibles you carry every day, but I got it wet. And when you get it wet, you're going to have that paper. But the good news is there's no gilding to ruin, so no big deal. Anyhow, What's your everyday carry Bible? What do you carry around every day with you? Also, is it your favorite Bible? Do you carry your favorite Bible with you? God bless you. Keep calm. Jesus on. This is your Nicholsworth.